Yeah, guys, here we are, game number 2. Let's actually set up the overlay, and let's remember to give Czech a +1 this time, so I don't scumbag this over. But this is going to be Jungle Valley once again, an anywhere spawn map location that is completely cock-blocked by the rocks, or rock-blocked, if you will. But spawn here in the upper left corner of the map, playing for FoU. For our Utopia, it is the blue Protoss, Sataran Tassadar. And his opponent in the upper right, playing for Western Wolves, the red Zerg player, Czech. Now, I do want to take a moment to talk about the players. We talked a lot about the map. We've already seen Jungle Valley. I'll do a quick little sort of scan around for those who are maybe just tuning in and haven't seen this yet. But one of the big things here is Tassadar, he's, I guess in your guys, some of the people who's joined the chat, like, their eyes a little bit of a nobody. Tassadar, I've seen take out plenty of other Korean players. He's won Zotac Cups in the past. He's a player that the regulars on Base Trade TV have sort of come to fall in love with. I think Tassadar and Trend are probably our two most popular / favorite regulars of the Zotac Cup. Not to count Arthur out. That guy's probably one of my favorite Protosses of all time, period. Nicest freaking guy in the universe. But one of the big things, of course, Tassadar is he's got the potential to take out Czech. I'm not saying he will or can or certainly, you know, decisively should, but he's got the potential to do it. I've seen him take on bigger opponents. I've seen him go toe-to-toe with players like Hyun. You know, he's not a bad Protoss player by any means. And of course, Czech, not to give this guy no attention, he is pretty darn good. I think, honestly, the results of him personally in the Acer Team Story Cup can speak bigger than I could. So you guys, I think you guys know who Czech is. I'll just leave it at that for the time being. But quick overview of the map for those that are just tuning in. So this is Jungle Valley, and it's got some problems to it that we've already identified, that the players who played on this already also identified, where like, the base layout is actually pretty nice. This third base is a little bit risque with the high ground vision, but the problem comes down to these rocks. Rocks and more. Where are they over here? Rocks. You literally cannot scout out of your base. You cannot leave your base to scout if you're a Protoss player. This puts you at such a big disadvantage. Czech gonna come over here with his Overlord initially? No problem. Terran makes a Reaper? No problem. What is a Protoss player to do? He'll get a Mothership Core out, but it'll be at a time in which tech's already been on the field, when things he needs to have checked, no pun intended, have already been made. The only advantage to this is because of these rocks, there's not going to be the all-in. You might not scout the Ling all-in, but the Ling all-in will not come to you very early because they got to go through the rocks. Terrans who might be trying to rush out Hellions can't come by and harass you. So you are playing blind. It's a little frustrating, but the one positive side is, while you're playing blind, your opponent can't exactly rush you. So you'll have time to get the natural base up. You'll have time to do X and Y and Z. And oh, does Czech actually know about these rocks, I wonder? No, he's just rallied across the field. So he's making 6 Lings right now, when quite frankly he could and should get away with a third base, in my opinion. Again, the rocks are gonna 3 armor, 2,000 health, Lings hit for 5. They're not going down anytime soon. Oh, people asking in chat. There is a Team Liquid thread. Sorry. But yeah, Czech is gonna just be like, what is happening? Why can't I scout? And his Overlord is gonna go down. Tassadar, perhaps if he knew the map layout a little bit better, would have... Oh, actually, hang on. Tassadar is gonna go for a 4-gate. But what's really cool is he can warp into fight. He can basically enter the arena, so to speak, and Czech cannot. And like I said earlier, Czech, you know, he might go for that Ling all-in, and Tassadar might not be able to scout it. But there's gonna be rocks. He's gonna not only go through his own rocks, he has to go through his opponent's rocks. And all Tassadar has to do is put a couple of Stalkers in position. And he holds this off. Mothership Core even will kill half of these Lings. In fact, it'll kill all of these Lings before the rocks go down. And like I was saying, if either of these players had seen this map, if they knew what was up, easily could have just taken the third base real quick. Could have tried to get away with this. Could have tried some shenanigans, but warping it on the low ground. Like I said earlier, Tassadar can basically enter the arena. Czech cannot. So, while scouting's a problem for Protoss, fighting certainly is not. And Czech is not going to be able to take a decisive engagement, as he's going to be forced to fight at home. Again, continuing to supply on Lings right now. He is very determined to break those rocks to them, but most importantly, he saw those 4 Stalkers get on his half of the map. He knows that there's the potential for Tassadar to attack him without him being able to perform retaliation. And again, that's another problem with this map, at least in my eyes, my opinion. Again, That's just me trying to be critical, because I want good maps, I want good StarCraft 2, and I don't want things like these rocks to ruin a ladder session or something. But Lings again, gonna be forced to run around looking for a pylon. Where's the pylon so I can stop reinforcements? Oh, it's on the high ground, and there's nothing I can do about it, says Chuck. Now forced to deal with the reality of this sort of Stalker Zealot push. Spinecraw's actually going to buy him quite a bit of time, as these Lings do get around. They do wrap around the Zealots for now, but of course the Stalkers are the real threat of this army, and Chuck has forced with the Factaster. He can recall if he wants, but he's not going to. No, good game's called. I don't know why he tapped out like that, but okay. Game 2 gonna go to Czech. Fuck. Alright, well, that means I'm going to take this time to run some ads while I look for another series. Again, everything is kind of like haywire, free for all, good luck, find a game. So I will do my best to bring you guys matches. As we get closer to the quarterfinals, it's going to be a lot easier to suss out who to cast. But since some players have already played, some players are in the middle of the series, some players haven't even started yet, you know, we got to get what we can where we can. But thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. I hope you're enjoying the map making competition so far. It's been these new maps are a lot of fun, and as long as people don't pick Jungle Valley, I think we're gonna be okay for some more good games. But yeah, be back in a sec.